It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the spotlight is on Nick Chubb. He's coming off a great week, reaching triple digits in yards with a collection of touchdowns. It's the Browns and the Giants, and it's all up next.
We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the New York Giants. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? Cooper on the return. There he goes, Amari Cooper. Still going. One man to beat. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for a team that just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you'd better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
So now after the opening kickoff is brought back, the offense is going to take the field for the first time, but it'll be for a 2-point conversion.
What's the deal, y'all?
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Now another try at 2 here from the 7 now. They'll try and throw for it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Interesting call there. They went for 2 even after the penalty from the 7-yard line. It didn't pay off.
I think the first thought is to go ahead and kick the extra point, but you're not kicking it from the 7-yard line.
Yeah,
right?
because you get pushed 5 back on the PAT as well.
Right, so they have to take it from the 15 to administer the penalty. So now you're kicking it around 40 yards. So I understand why they probably went for 2 there. They thought they had a better play and a better chance in that situation.
So here come the Browns for their first offense. Leading the charge will be their quarterback, always fun to watch, Deshaun Watson.
And he makes it so difficult for all defenses because when he's got the ball, it's hard to say when a play is truly over because he can create from any spot on the field and in any situation, even when it appears that he's contained. When he's running your offense, a big play could arrive from any possible spot.
On second down, here's Watson. It's caught by Mike Evans. He's across midfield. Now he's loose at the 40, inside the 20. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 62 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like...
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? They set up the screen to Chubb. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And this one is right through. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So the field goal that cuts the lead in half as they, too, are able to get some points on their initial drive of the game.
Yeah, all in all, a pretty positive response, right, to the points that were scored against them. And they got a little help from their opponent anyway. Missed the conversion, so now they're just 3 back.
Cooper on the return. Pass midfield. And finally, he's out of bounds, but not before a great return. He's all the way inside the 30.
For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
So here are the Giants now in great field position to start their initial drive. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4". They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, this defense for the Browns, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Illegal touching, offense.
That's not one you see often, illegal touching, and unfortunately for them, CD, it wipes away a big play.
Yeah, you just can't step out of bounds and be the first one to touch it when you come back in. That'll draw a flag every time.
Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one, it may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. You talk about this Giant defense. Now, they're currently 21st, Charles, in the NFL against the run.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game because they're facing the #1 runner.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. The Browns send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Taken right around the 44. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at the Browns' 40-yard line.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run. That's a positive play for the offense.
Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They running over 30 yards.
Oh, man. Just when the D thought they had the answer for him, he went and changed the question. Surprises him by taking off himself. He's able to set up his offense.
Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Ready?
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Giants are able to add on to that lead.
Ready?
They'll look to throw. And he will get into the end zone. So the lead stretches from 9 up to 11. And I guess that makes up for the earlier missed 2-point try here to get him to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness, it reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted the three-point shot. And people were starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. This is caught by Evans. And he is going to have the Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Motion man left, Peoples-Jones. Oh, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And that one never got off the ground. He's going to be stopped up well behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Here's Watson, option left. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
That'll put him at 96 yards receiving now for the game, and he's got a 1st down as well.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. And his throw is incomplete. Elijah Moore, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. Throwing again is Watson. Being chased out left. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. The improv act there, good for 9. And now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short. 3rd and 1. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field. And I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time. And they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Dancing to his left. Going deep for Diggs. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That was a long pass attempt downfield, and the ball was popped up in the air. And how come things go from really fast to almost slow motion when the ball's up in the air and the defender's unable to haul it in before it hits the ground?
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Now he'll let it go on the run, deep left side. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. And that penalty will move the ball to the 1-yard line.
So difficult to cover a fade route, and you're talking about into the end zone, and sometimes you panic a little as a defender, and the offensive guys are really smart. Sometimes they jump back into you and create the contact.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Looking to throw. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. Back to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Amari Cooper. A touchdown on a kick return and now run through the air. And the Giants will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So this offensive unit, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Brian Dable dialing up a play call here as they will go for 2. He'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. We've discussed this before, and we've seen it at practices. Extra periods being put in for the offense on these 2-point tries, but the defense, they're beefing up their support as well in practice.
They absolutely have to. If people are going to go for 2 and try and gain those advantages and make it tougher on your team as the game goes along, you have to be in a position to stop those. You can't let them get the advantage. So, yes, the defensive teams, they're putting in that extra time on 2-point plays as well.
On first down, Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
Over the middle to Evans. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. On 1st and 10, Watson. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And the deficit will stay at 3 scores. So we've reached halftime here. Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the third quarter here. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. And we shift to spotlighting Mike Evans. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Let him go.
Here's Watson, option left. And he powers his way up past the 30. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Here's Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It's taken to the 26. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They were winners a week ago over the Steelers, and they lead this one as well as they start here 1st and 10. Now he'll let it go deep right side. He still makes a catch, even though it was tapped by the linebacker. A big play there for the Giants, and even 40 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. 49 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Amari Cooper with career touchdown number 70. And the Giants add 6 to their lead. The Giant offense going to stay on the field as they'll go for 2. Here's a toss coming right. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Watson. Quick throw, finding Mike Evans. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. To throw is Watson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Running for it. Here's Chubb. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. Nick Chubb stops short, and the Giants are going to get the football back. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air, escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Going to be some contact going on.
Out to his left. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. It's caught at the 10.
Pass interference. Defense.
So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get.
And he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Giants are an extra point away from going up by 30. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I have to admit, I love the excitement of a 2-point try. You know, to see what's going to happen, and it happens pretty quickly, doesn't it? You get an answer, and in this case, it was unsuccessful for the guys trying it.
Completely unrelated. I just realized that I stole both your pins in this last game. My bad, partner.
Hey, that's okay. While and just in the time they went for 2.
And they'll begin by running the option. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
With that kind of run on first down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Faking the give, now Watson. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big...
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Ready?
Now a play fake here on first down. Flush to his right. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. And he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the 3rd quarter. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but That lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down. They'll look to throw again, sliding out of the pocket. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A 21-yard touchdown run. And the Giants are on their way to a 2-0 start. They'll try and throw for it. On the move to his left. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked-off folks on the other sideline now.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup. Now, 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Off of play action, it's Watson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. As this one moves towards its conclusion, another incomplete pass there. Thoughts on the secondary? They seem to be pretty effective in this one.
Yeah, I thought that they've been absolutely outstanding. I mean, their job is to prevent touchdowns, and not a single touchdown is going on the board against them. Of course, they want to make it a total shutout, but hey, if you don't give up touchdowns, you got a heck of a chance to win.
So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
Following the penalty, Chubb. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And Cooper is going to remain in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. New York's offense back out there and set to go. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pull it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 6.
They're going to look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit. Give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that call now might get the fans back into this one.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Illegal forward pass. Offense.
So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
Buying time to his left. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. On first down, it's Watson. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. On second down, here's Watson. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. How about this? Nick Chubb. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead drops from 34 down to 27.
Browns 13.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
On the return is Cooper from his end zone.
And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. That one looks like he'll throw here. Forced out to his left. Going deep for Diggs. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, even with a huge lead, he was looking for more points. Wanted the deep shot downfield. That one goes incomplete. Obviously, he wants to put more points on the board.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Giants go on fourth, but come up empty. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Watson on first down. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead now down to 20. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Cooper on the return.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
And now out come the Giants.
Well, CD, this is the ideal situation in the fourth quarter. You come out here late, not much time on the clock with a comfortable lead, and put the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, this offense, all game long, they've been powerful. They've been dangerous. You're exactly right. They can end this one on their own terms.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. They'll set up to throw. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Giants, it's a win here in their